It's time to put everything away for just a moment regarding this seemingly exciting but monumentally unnecessary and absolutely uneventful subject matter regarding the Biden impeachment inquiry. I know that's fun. I know it's low hanging fruit. I know everybody's talking about it. But believe me when I tell you this, and I say this with all clarity, that's not what's important. What is happening to us, what is happening to our civilization, what is happening to our society is this attack by weapons of mass distortion, disruption, distraction, and the systematic, listen, the systematic, the choreographed, the deliberate disconnecting and discombobulating of reality. Now, what all that gibberish means is simply this: we are being set up for a world that will change and never return again. Right now, as you stand on this mountain looking out at all of the advancing forces, the the woke left, the radical trans, drag, whatever, the puberty disruptors over here, the Antifa, BLM, name your poison, whoever they are. You are being attacked on so many fronts, you can't keep them straight. But the big story, the most important story, is the systematic change of everything. And it's not happening here. Let me explain something. Let me explain who's in charge, what's going on. But first, let me tell you right now that as soon as, well, I shouldn't say this, but as soon as it's possible, you are going to see a disruption in the food supply chain. Guaranteed. It's next on the level of distraction and distortion and disruption and disaster. It's the next link, the next cog, the next problem. There is nothing that will make the shadow government more thrilled. I know this is tough to say and even tougher to hear than to see food disruption. Remember, food is not going to go away, but the ability to deliver it to you is another story. When stores close, people will go nuts. Nuts. And destabilization and disaster is their middle name. That's what this is about. So, my friend, I want you to do yourself a favor. I want you to go to preparewithlionel.com. See what is available. This is from the great folks at My Patriot Supply. The greatest emergency food preparation system company, bar none. You cannot replicate this. 25-year shelf life, 21 varieties of breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, drinks in 120 pounds, six buckets, 6 buckets that are waterproof, water resistant, with reusable pouches, with oxygen absorbers. You can't do this on your own. Preparewithlionel.com. Preparewithlionel.com. You will thank me and your lucky stars. Preparewithlionel.com. All right, my friends. This is difficult for people to note, but I'm going to say this. What is going to be the ultimate end of our sense of normalcy? What will be a part of our tyranny? Has nothing to do with anything you're immediately seeing. No, nothing. Do you think, does anybody think, do you or anyone feel that the removal of Joe Biden is possible? No. Is the impeachment of Joe Biden possible? Possibly. Possible. It's just the impeachment, just this asterisk, this whatever. Do you think enough time allowed? No. There will be not enough time. Do you think that anything will happen to Hunter Biden? No. Even though there's the laptop from hell is in possession? No. Do you think there will be a sudden shaking up of the Department of Justice? Will Merrick Garland say, wait a minute, I've made a mistake. I'm on board now. I'm sorry. I was in a fault. No. No. The only thing that can be done right now, the only thing is to bring in someone drastic to change everything. And I think you know President Trump's name on that. Because anything that you're thinking about, Ron DeSantis or Vivek or Bobby Kennedy Jr., no. That's not going to be enough. You need chemotherapy. You need something drastic. But more importantly, what is happening to what we know, what is happening to what we are aware of, even simpler put, I'm going to just say it. I don't know if it's stupidity. I don't think that's it. But Americans in particular have never learned how to learn. Unless something is given to them, they don't go elsewhere. They sit back and they turn on their whatever it is, and whatever is presented to them by whatever particular platform, that is what they think their news and information platform is. That's it. That's what they think it is. They will never go elsewhere. If you were to even suggest to them that behind this rancid, putrescent, and feculent, fetid shadow government, there was a shadow government. If you were to tell them, there are other people in charge. You know that there are globalist concerns. You know that when we talk about things like the Great Reset and Klaus Schwab and others, you know that when we're talking about, for example, big pharma, big tech fascism, when you're talking about, well, also big agra, when you're talking about geopolitical configurations and machinations and connections, you do understand, do you not, that this is not covered in anything that you hear? Because this is a part of the disruption and distortion and distraction, these bombs of unimportant nonsense, weapons of mass distortion and disruption. That's it. It just doesn't do anything. It distracts. It doesn't do anything to inform you. And the best part about it is that our culture in particular are saying we don't want this information. Don't make this complicated. Don't make this complicated. Don't talk to us about World Health. We don't know these names. We're sitting back in our beanbag chair. We're covered in Cheeto dust, and we just want to hear something very, very simple. Quit making it complicated. Give us someone to hate. Give us someone that we can meme, somebody that we can gif, somebody that we can mock, somebody that we control. Please, I beg you. That is what we are doing. That is the important. That is critical. Do you understand? And you see, when you say that, people get offended. People go the other way. Look what they did to Fox News. Fox News was at one particular point. This was the premier, the pivotal. It was almost a political party in and of itself. But during the age and era and epoch of Ailes, it meant something. And now, either post Dominion, post Tucker, post whatever, it has been reduced and exsanguinated and desiccated into this dry, chewed, dare I say, chanking, this ort, this pit, this dried out lozenge of a news organization that is nothing but schmaltz and saccharine nothing. And it is also part of the weapons of mass distortion and distraction and disruption. It is also as well. Nobody wants you to understand that. Look at the news that comes across. Look at the news that comes across your devices. Look at it and ask yourself, is this critical or is it easy to understand? Is it critical or is it easy? Do you know who is the person in our news cycles, the person who is mentioned more than anyone? Do you know who that person is? You ready? Joy Behar. Joy Behar is mentioned more than anyone. Now, let me ask you something. You might say, wait a minute, I think Biden is mentioned more. No, compared upon what she says nothing. She can say one sentence and she's mentioned, I don't know, 100 times. Biden has to put, well, 1 cent for him is a month, but somebody else has to say a series of things to garner that. Joy Behar says anything because she is known and she is programmed and paid and choreographed also as well to say things that are just frankly stupid. And that gets more attention than anything else. Keith Olbermann being mean, being horrible, being disputatious and horrible and vile and creep-like gets more attention because it's simple. It's simple that understand you. It's the way we are. But things that involved going back and learning and understanding, you still don't understand anything that happened regarding COVID. You still don't know anything about the coronavirus. You still don't know anything about virology, transmissibility, vaccinology. You still don't yet. After all that we've talked about, that can be changed by us becoming better students, paying attention, becoming more of an autodidact. We have to know how to teach ourselves. You can't let these people determine what is and isn't important. I thank you. And one more thing. You are going to have a food disaster, a food shortage, a food calamity, guaranteed. Now is the time for you to get ready to prepare by going to preparewithlionel.com, because I'm telling you it's going to happen. I do us all a great favor, my dear friends, and please, I ask you to comment. Comment as you see fit.